What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dueling Fates podcast. The apocalypse is near. We're all gonna die. It's terrifying, and
It's really cold.
apparently so. Because I thought we were gonna die in the heat. It's gonna be the heat death of the universe, not the cold death of the universe.
Well, the heat death of the universe does just mean the cold death because everything runs out of fuel and it just freezes.
Oh, I thought everything just burns. So I was looking forward to it because arson. We love arson here at the Dueling Fates
Oh my
podcast.
God. I don't say that.
I'm Grayson. That's Geek. We're talking about the day after tomorrow, not the day after tomorrow, which is Wednesday. But when this comes out, it's gonna be Wednesday.
Yeah.
But the film in 2004 with Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Yes. Day after
That's his
tomorrow.
name.
I loved this movie growing up.
I watched this a ton in my science classes in middle school. I was a little too dumb to
Why would
realize-
they show this to you in science class, though, is my question.
Because they're stupid.
Like, were they trying to say... So, are we just jumping right into the science of the day after tomorrow?
No. I'm just saying my science class used to show this to me.
Right, but why?
Because they're stupid. It was always like after like a natural disasters course. I'm like, dude, like half the shit doesn't like make sense.
So a lot of it does make sense. It just happens too fast. It wouldn't happen this fast. Like
that's
the big thing.
A big criticism, yeah.
Like it does make sense. This is what would happen. Like technically global warming kind of does lead to an ice age. That is possible. Or it leads to Venus. That's also bad.
Or at least the Venus.
So that's the whole thing with Venus. We believe that Venus used to be Earth-like, but after a runaway greenhouse effect, it just like superheated the planet, and now it's not livable.
So there were just Venus aliens that made pollution and go crazy.
It's possible. We don't know what made it go crazy, but
And
that's
they
also
all died because the acid rain.
But that's also just possible. It's possible for that to happen without that. So, but like the whole, I'm looking up exactly what they said, so I am
The
not.
North
fucking it up.
Atlantic currents has a southeast
So,
stabilization.
right, that could happen. It wouldn't happen in 3 days. That's not. That's not how this works.
Well, I'm also like confused how like that leads to tsunamis.
Well, they're not really tsunamis. They're just giant
Literally,
storms.
New York gets hit by a tsunami. It's a giant wave.
Well, yeah, that part. Yeah. No, so that's just supposed to be showing the like my assumption based off of like what they're telling us
Saying.
in the movie.
That's pretty science, yeah.
According to movie science, I think that's just because the ice caps are melting. So
That doesn't make
extra
sense.
water.
That's not how tsunamis work.
I know, but that's my assumption on what they don't explain. The tsunamis never made sense. The tornado, I get our weather is influenced by the ocean and by lots of things.
There's not 7 tornadoes in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but none of that really like.
So my main
And I
criticism
get that you have to, in some cases, to make this movie make sense, you gotta do some dumb shit.
well, it's every disaster movie, but I can like turn my brain off for that.
Yeah, they want your brain to be on for this, and that's the worst part.
That's my criticism. It's too dumb to have your brain on, but too smart for you to turn your brain off.
Yeah.
So it's just there's no in between.
See, that's kind of just what I noticed, all of the scientific inaccuracy, but I just kind of went, whatever, and just kept watching.
I can break my brain to like with sci-fi and stuff like that, but like if you're trying to give me a scientific explanation of for why all this shit is happening, you better have your science down.
That's fair.
It better make sense. It shouldn't be like, what the fuck? How is the North Atlantic fucking current affecting fucking tsunamis?
Yeah.
It's the science of
Yeah,
this is
it
only
also
one
doesn't
part of
help, like,
how bad this is.
the I don't even know what to call it. The like speed freezing of everything in the eye of the like blizzard hurricane that defies all the laws of thermodynamics, like all of them. That's not how this works.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It also doesn't freeze like that. I
Yeah,
mean, like
like,
air moves like that,
but
but like it doesn't
we're in the
move like that.
middle of the eye of the storm, but somehow we're running away from the freeze. All of it should be frozen. It's a 50-mile wide eye of a storm.
Yeah,
Everything in it
shouldn't-
should just be, if just, I'm going off their dumb science.
I know.
Your dumb science mean it should all just instantly freeze. Why are they like running away from
That's
the
what I'm-
cold and like
what
cold's
air-
behind us, go run?
Air will circulate, not like move in one direction. But it
Yeah.
freezes. So they're running away from air
Yeah.
when it doesn't move that way.
Yeah, air's a liquid.
What?
No, air is a liquid.
Air is not a liquid; it's a gas.
Look it up. Air is a liquid.
I-
Air follows the same laws of physics as a liquid. Air is a
That's
liquid.
different. It's not
Air
a
is a liquid. Air is a
It's
liquid.
air.
Just Google air is a liquid.
Is air a liquid? Air is a gas. It
No!
literally says air is a gas. Look it up. It's from NASA.
Right. Oh, God. Air's a gas. You're right. But air's made of stuff. Air particles loosely held together in a gas form.
Air acts like a fluid. It moves and flows. Yes, I know.
Right. Haha. You're
So does every other gas.
You're like that motherfucker in the comments trying to hit me with the semantics. Grow the fuck up. You know what I was saying.
Air is a liquid trick. Come in here.
Air is a liquid. Next, we're getting miniature air.
The science of it isn't like the fully thing that bothers me about this film.
Oh, something
It's
else bothers you. Let's go.
The film itself.
What do you mean?
It's so two-dimensional that I love Godzilla, as you can see. Godzilla films have terrible human characters, but the film doesn't border on human characters half the time. It borders on the disaster it is portraying. This film wants you to care for these people because you can't just watch natural disasters for 2 hours, which also this movie's 2 hours, which is too fucking long. You have to have someone you're rooting for, not just like, hey, I want to see like hurricanes for 2.5 hours. Like, no,
You
have to have
didn't
something to
care about any of the characters?
No, they're so fucking two-dimensional. I don't give a fuck about any of them.
Have you met humans?
That's fair. But you know, Fiona Gallagher's over here before she went to Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It
her
took me a
only-
minute to figure out I was like, why do I recognize you? Because I've never seen that show. I've
I
just
saw
seen
her in
clips on
credits.
TikTok.
I saw her name in the credits. So, but I was like, Fiona Gallagher's like literally her only role is I'm the girl that Jake Gyllenhaal is supposed to get with.
That's not entirely true, but I mean,
Yes.
you're kind of right. But like, I don't know. She saved
And
those
then-
people.
You got James Murray, who's just like a fucking geek. James Murray from Rookie. He's in the Rookie.
He is.
Yeah, he's the guy that Nyla marries.
Oh, that's the same guy.
It's the same dude.
Whoa.
When I was looking at the cast, I was like, why does he look so familiar? I'm like, oh shit! I was just watching
Seeing
The
him
Rookie
on
with, like,
screen,
ultra-
I did not even.
Well, this is
I mean,
also 20 years
Okay,
ago.
but fucking what's her face looks exactly the same. Nothing changed.
That's fair.
Jake
That's-
Gyllenhaal, almost nothing's changed. He's got a beard now,
He's got sexier, yeah.
but like that's just a beard.
That's all you really need when you're a man. That's
Pretty
how you get
much.
sexy.
A good beard, not whatever this is.
Aw.
No, I wasn't talking about you,
Oh.
but I was talking about myself. Yeah.
So, like, the characters are so fucking two-dimensional. They have one characteristic, and that's it.
I mean, kinda.
They're two-dimensional. That's all they are. They have one thing and one thing only, and they suck. And all of them suck. besides Emmy Rossman, which is Fiona Gallagher.
Why are you saying she's the only one who doesn't suck when that was literally the first person you called out as being two-dimensional?
She's two-dimensional because that's her role is supposed to be the innocent girl that Jake Gyllenhaal wants to get with. Jake Gyllenhaal is stupid because he decides to just, not listen to his father, who is in the middle of all this issue. Just doesn't listen to him. The dad's a deadbeat. He's fucking Rey Mysterio over here.
That's not entirely fair.
He's absent for most of the kid's life.
That's not entirely fair. Absent, no, I don't think absent means the same thing. Yeah, he works a lot, but like, when I think of an absent father, I think of a father who genuinely is not in your life at all, which is not the case here. This is just welcome to the modern world where at least one parent has to like work all the time because otherwise you can't live.
He forgets about him.
Never once.
Dennis Quaid, literally the first interaction with Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal is that he forgets that he needs to go get him to the airport.
Okay, if you have never been in the middle of something and overlooked something else really important, you're not a person.
No, but
come on. Oh, I was supposed to drive you to the airport, but I'm finding out that the world's about to end. Oh, sorry, I forgot about your little plane trip.
They don't know about the world ending at that point in time.
No, but they're finding some really weird shit. They were doing scientific bullshit.
They're always finding weird shit.
Yeah.
We find like planets like Mustafar all the way out in like space, and that's weird shit all the time. We find weird shit all the time.
Weird shit on Earth is very different than weird shit way over there where nobody in any distant future is ever going to actually be able to get there. Or see it.
Let's just break the laws of physics so we can get there.
Well, this movie sure likes to do that.
Yeah, it fucking does.
I was waiting for the spaceship.
Dude, I was really hoping, like, I've seen the film plenty of times, but like, I was really hoping that like they would show like the fish coming from the tsunami into New York, and they have like something to do with that.
Anything like they show the ship, but there's no fish, which is odd. Like I think at least have a fish just like fly out of the big tsunami wave and just take somebody out. That'd fix it.
Can you imagine a fucking whale just taking out the Empire State Building?
Okay, that'd be sick.
If you're gonna make such a shitty science film,
if you're gonna make Sharknado, make Sharknado. Goddammit.
It's like in Twister, like the fucking cow gets pulled up. You're like, that's kind of funny. It's like the whole thing. That's actually how I got onto the Twister ride. My mom convinced me there was a cow on it, so I just went and then I saw the cow get sucked up.
I mean, that's a thing that happens.
It was traumatizing. Also, these characters are so shitty, they don't even pay their taxi fare.
Well, we can't be sure of that.
No, they just leave the taxi.
No, it like cuts out of the taxi and like they're in it talking about how they should walk. And then it cuts out and then the door opens.
This movie is 2 hours long. Show the 2 seconds of Fiona or James.
Why do you want to add 2 seconds? You say it needs to be shorter. Now you want to add scenes. Pick one.
They at least shows the people are fucking, decent human beings, and they just didn't skip out on their fare.
Well, there was a tsunami coming, so who cares?
During the fucking tornado scene, everyone's staying like 100 yards away from tornadoes.
Yeah.
Like in the Midwest, we would just sit outside and watch the tornado, but we're not stupid enough to be like, yeah, it's right next door.
Or, it's coming towards me. Let me go outside. It's like, bro,
we could shelter eventually, but like, it's not like.
My monitor that you were on just turned off.
I'm dead.
You're back.
Oh, shit.
Well,
okay.
The recording was fine, but that's why I said, because I was like staring at you and it just went dark. It's like,
Also, I'm extremely confused by the time of day that tornado scene happens.
Yeah, because it's like midnight, the way they make it appear with the guy being in the office.
Yeah.
But like, then like it's mid-afternoon when they're showing off
I'm like-
Los Angeles.
Does everyone in the weather team just leave at like 2 p.m.?
Why not? You know?
Because when the world is ending, you probably should have some people like figuring out what the fuck is
Well,
going
the
on. with
world
weather.
didn't start ending until those tornadoes.
No, there's some hurricanes and snow in India.
Well, no, it was
Snow in
raining in
India, so-
India.
No, it was snow.
Was it?
It was
Yeah, but
snow.
that's happened before.
In India. No, if it has, it's very very rare.
Right, it is very. They literally bring it up in the movie. I think he says the exact amount of time since the last time it did that. Hold on. There's a whole news report. Day after tomorrow, snow in India.
He says it's the lowest temperatures they've ever recorded.
Starts snowing in New Delhi. Really? Oh, fucking. Why do
What?
fandom pages exist?
Did you click on a fandom page rather than the actual?
Well, so
There's
I'm
a
looking
fandom
for
for this
the
movie?
exact thing. Apparently,
There shouldn't be. This movie. I also hate the fucking director.
I don't know anything about the director. Not gonna lie.
He directed the Godzilla in 1998, and also did Independence Day and Geostorm. And
I think the only one I've
12.
ever even heard of is Independence Day. I don't-
2012.
Oh, 2012. That was just as
Bad.
scientifically strange. But also, the entire idea of the whole 2012 thing was scientifically strange. So, like, that
It wasn't
movie-
scientifically accurate.
that movie I
No.
enjoyed a lot because it didn't actually try that hard to be scientific.
That if this movie didn't try as hard to like bullshit its way through the science,
Yeah.
I'd probably do it more because
Because, like,
literally my-
2012, the only science it explains is, like, the stuff we all kind of just know. Like, about Yellowstone, it just, like, starts yapping. It's like, that's just the stuff that everybody knows about Yellowstone.
literally in my notes it says if turn on brain movie is utter ass, brain off movie too boring.
It's kind of fair. It's kind of fair.
That's literally in my notes. Also, that ship should not make it halfway to the middle of fucking New York.
Well,
And then
it
stop.
might, actually.
Those shits are not that wide.
Well, they kind of are. But also, the way that New York is laid out, it's definitely possible. Because New York's just basically a perfect grid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything is just fucking
It's a grand system, motherfucker.
perfect. So
Or grandfather. Will.
it's entirely
John
possible
Boy joke.
to for it to, like, get. If I recall correctly, it's coming from the wrong direction.
Is he coming from the west?
I think so, but I can't actually tell. It's just with the way the wave came
The
in
circle.
versus where the ship came from. Well, like, I think the wave came from the front of the library, right?
Yes, it did.
and the
Came
ship
backwards.
came from the right side of the library. So, like, it bounced through some building. That part I don't get. Like, it could have entirely came straight down a street, just not the one that it went down.
The logic in this film is so fucking baffling. It hurts the film so entirely.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that the characters are fucking 2D. I don't care about anyone. The president's even a fucking dumbass in this shit.
Well, I think that was kind of the point. That all presidents are kind of dumbasses, and it's everybody else's job to figure everything out.
Also, this tagline for this fucking film is terrible.
What is the tagline?
This year, a sweater won't do.
Are you serious?
That's the tagline.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so maybe this is just a thing where,
Mhm.
like, turning your brain off, it depends on the person you are, whether that can be enjoyable or not. I don't know. Maybe your brain goes too far off, Grayson. You need, like,
Why?
25% brain. So apparently, 20th Century Fox, this annoys me. They did a preview of this movie testing with just scientists
Mm-hmm.
to get their reactions on the science used in it. you couldn't have just went the Christopher Nolan route and like hired a scientist, even just one, like just to try a little. Like
Even
it doesn't
like,
have to be perfect, but like
get a guy that doesn't even do like climate shit. Just get like a paleontologist, like an actual just paleontologist straight up, and just be like, "Does this look right?" And they'd probably be like, "No."
But yeah, none of the scientists were impressed with what they saw, though most conceded that the movie was enjoyable nonsense.
No, Transformers is enjoyable nonsense. This is not.
No,
This is not enjoyable.
see. I still enjoy it.
I can't enjoy. I need characters I actually like want to be with and like stick around for and like, or at least want to see die.
Well, I wanted to see
more,
Dennis Quaid's character make it across the country, and just no.
That like a little bit like sure
Okay,
like
honestly, that's the fucked up thing. I think Dennis Quaid's the only his character and the fucking old guy from fucking Europe in the NORAD building.
Oh, I was thinking about the homeless dude who's got the dog.
He's all right. But I think I only care because of the dog. I'm not gonna lie.
That's probably fair.
But no, the only two characters that you actually care about. Well, there's three. There's the dog, and then Dennis Quaid's character, and then the fucking guy who's at the NORAD place. Those are the only three characters that matter.
Well, apparently like 1 billion people probably died during this because it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The northern hemisphere.
Well, so there's the thing though. Like the Midwest was probably fine. I'm not gonna lie. It got cold. Most of our houses just have wood stoves anyways, and I don't know anybody.
Negative 150.
Yeah, stay inside with a fire. It got to negative 150. How'd those idiots in New York survive?
Remember the polar vortex that happened not too long ago?
Yeah.
That was negative 50. People's like heat died.
People's heat, yeah. You know what didn't die? All the wood stoves that 90% of people around here have, dude.
Well, that's because you live in fucking buckfuck nowhere.
Right. Most people in Illinois have that. Maybe not in the city, but that's what you get for living in the city and being dumb.
Well, we have fireplaces at least here.
See, then shut the fuck up. You know, Minnesota, they probably didn't even know. They probably didn't even notice. They were like, "Damn, it got a little chilly today. Fuck."
they had a Vikings game still go on.
Probably. Heater worked in U.S. Bank Stadium.
To be fair, probably a lot of people got together during that.
Oh yeah,
arena.
Like there are certain areas of the world that I think would have been more okay and like been able to handle it. I'm not saying everyone in those areas would have survived, but like knowing how the Midwest and like the northern states just prepare for regular winter, they'd probably just be okay because you're preparing for the worst shit to happen.
That's fair. Also, they cram in a weird like immigration message in here.
Like a reverse immigration message, which is interesting.
No, they're like, we're citizens of the world here. I'm like, okay, yeah, great. That's a great message here. Not your main priority in this film. It's about global warming.
This film made a lot of like weird political stands.
It's like, and that's fine. Making political stands is fine in film. That's the whole point of film. Like,
but it's like, why is this one here?
Like,
I thought it was a global warming argument. Why are we suddenly on immigration?
It's like, focus on your one argument here. And like Independence Day, that might have worked because it's about aliens. And you can cram in that.
I get that you're like saying that everybody needs to go south, so we gotta go to Mexico. And now suddenly we have to go there. But like
cross over,
I do love how quickly all the people who argued that you shouldn't be allowed to cross over just did it. They're like, fuck you.
Fuck it. But like, I'm just thinking about
that's exactly how that would go, though.
Yeah. Well, the Forever Purge that came out like a year or two ago does an immigration message a lot better, and that's about a purge.
Well, of course. Yeah, well, the Purge movie, I've actually never seen one.
We will have to probably set that up.
Oh, God.
But like, that movie, like, that's about like racism and stuff like that, but like, that did it better than this movie, and this movie stopped the whole film to like spotlight it.
Whoa. Apparently, they've tried to get NASA scientists to consult before the filming of this movie,
They said
NASA
nope.
stated that the events in this movie were too ridiculous to actually occur and denied the request, which is fair. Like, it's weird. His original proposal of what would happen is like genuinely accurate. Like, it's pretty good. That was it, though. You got 4 seconds of good science. Everything else, chuck it in a bin.
Yeah, no.
Which, I mean, who knows? Maybe Earth's weird. Weird shit happens all the time that we think's not supposed to. I don't think this is one of those things, though.
That I don't think so.
But yeah,
I'm so
they
mad
denied
this
the
movie
request,
made.
and they also sent a memo. NASA sent a memo to all of its employees stating that they weren't allowed to comment on the likelihood of the events portrayed.
Okay. Like my normal brain is like, that's funny as fuck, but my conspiracy brain is like, do they know something we don't?
Right? You gotta let conspiracy brain think sometimes. Apparently the river crossing scene was actually filmed at the US-Mexico border. The extras really were crossing the Rio Grande. I wonder if somebody got arrested. I hope so.
This film is so fucking stupid. So apparently in the goofs, American glaciologists in Antarctica are heard using US measurements instead of the metric system, which is used by every fucking scientific community in the world.
Wait, sorry. Try again. I was reading something else.
American glaciologists, I'm guessing it's glaciers, in Antarctica are heard using US units of measurement during their work, rather than the metric system that every fucking science community will ever use.
Yeah. That's fine.
That's how fucking dumb it is.
That's fine.
Also, the opening scene when like the fissure in the ice breaks off, like
yeah.
he jumps over it. Everything's still just sitting there.
Yeah.
So he could have just like let everything happen
Yeah.
and be fine.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to. Yeah. I don't know.
He didn't have to
what it
risk
was
his life. Dennis Quaid was just a fucking dumbass.
He wanted to get his work. How else was he going to get it across?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Someone flies in.
So no, here's how dumb it is. On the shot that shows the front of the library in New York, lamps are seen instead of the iconic lions. According to a New York City Public Library employee, the studio didn't want to pay the fee for filming the statues that are a trademark of the institution, and therefore only took advantage of the public area rights of filming. First of all, why is there a fee to like have the lions as part of a video? Am I gonna get in trouble if I ever film those for a YouTube video?
No, that's different though.
Is it? I don't know. It's still commercial work.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's personal production.
Yeah, but I don't know. But not important. Yeah.
Also known as Tomorrow. The film's called Tomorrow in some places. What the fuck?
Love it.
It doesn't. What the fuck?
The U.S. Army loaned several UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters for the rescue scene at the end. Apparently, a lot of this movie was filmed in Canada. Yeah. This is important because it prompted the Canadian authorities to reassure the people of Montreal that they weren't being invaded by the U.S.
Yes, sir. Montreal's beautiful though, so I get it.
God.
Montreal is basically a mini New York, so I get that makes sense. So how do the wolves survive?
Because they're wolves.
That's not how that works.
Well, that's what the movie's telling us.
Literally everything else froze immediately. They had to run away from the freezing air.
Well,
so
the wolves did the wolves survive that moment?
Yeah.
No, because we never see the wolves again.
No, they had to leave.
Right.
They
left.
Antibiotics. They're curled up near the fireplace.
No,
everyone else.
But that's not when the freezing happens while they're on their way back from the wolves. Yeah, we never see the wolves again.
Oh, that's right.
So we don't know.
The wolves go silent.
Pre that, They survived
how did
because they were wolves.
How did Dennis Quaid make it through all that freezing temperature and not
Remember
freeze
he
immediately?
locked himself in the Wendy's and lit all the grease on fire.
Well, no, I'm talking about like on his way there.
That was the only time he ran into that freezing part. Again, that was
the
only
air's
the
so
eye of the storm.
The air's too frozen.
But into grease fire. Wendy's is good for something. Grease fires.
Wendy's is amazing. What are you talking
Wendy's
about? It's
is
delicious.
so mid.
It's so delicious.
They've never,
it's so ass, but so delicious.
They've never even used salt and pepper. They have the most bland burger of any fast food restaurant.
That's fine. The fries are fire.
Don't care. I'm there for the burger. Fries are fries, man. There's very few bad fries.
We'll talk about fries next week.
Ayo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they actually state it as that? I thought they stated that it was a negative 150 degrees.
Yes, Fahrenheit.
Okay, so this is just incorrect on IMDb. Because they say that it said that it was negative 71. But it's like, no, that's not real. That's a temperature it's reached here before. You don't instantly freeze, it just hurts.
A lot, yeah. The air hurts.
Yeah, when you go outside and it hurts to breathe, it's too damn cold. Go back inside. You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
You're just done. I know, just so we mentioned it, because we mentioned it every episode, budget $125 million. Way too expensive. And made $552 million back.
W's.
No.
Day After Tomorrow 2 coming soon.
I wish this movie bombed.
What? That's fucked up.
Some movies deserve the bomb.
I don't know if this deserves a bomb.
Disaster movies are a weird spot for me. I don't fully enjoy them, but they're good. Like the new Twisters movie coming out, I'm gonna watch that because that looks like a good turn your brain off and have chaos.
I don't know if I'll watch it because it's not gonna be the old Twister.
But Glenn Powell's in it.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he's
I do, but I
Maverick.
don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things. You're gonna tell me like somebody they play, and I'll know, but I don't know.
He's anything about you with Sydney Sweeney. He's the one that they
I didn't watch that. I haven't. I don't think I've watched anything with Sydney Sweeney in it.
He's the guy that everyone thought Sydney Sweeney was cheating on her or fiance with.
I know nothing about celebrities, man.
Well, anyways, he was in Top Gun Maverick. Anyways,
yeah, that helps.
I'm gonna watch it because it's good turning your brain off movie. But I'm not going for the science. But this movie wants to shove the science in your face, be like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, and also Bill Paxton's dead, so we can't really bring him back for Twister.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And I don't remember the female in Twister was, so I have to go rewatch Twister before I watch the movie. I think. Bro's confused again. This movie's just confusing because it doesn't have any logic attached to it, so. Speak.
I don't understand what.
Maybe if you say it out loud,
okay.
it'll make sense.
No, I'm getting what they're trying to say. It's just very weird phrasing. Because apparently in the movie they say that the storms will affect the entire northern hemisphere. I apparently just zoned so far out
They say that?
that I just didn't. No, I know, but I don't remember that. I think I zoned so far out that I just didn't listen to half the shit that was happening, and I just went, "Ooh, pretty picture."
You had the best part of your brain turned off.
That might be it. That might be why I enjoyed it. Is I just like zoned so far out that it was okay. But like, so apparently some countries will be free of ice, including Spain, which doesn't track.
What? Italy is frozen solid, and that's more southern than
that's
Spain.
the issue. Is you even see Spain? Italy and Spain weren't supposed to be covered in ice, but then they show the thing from outer space, and they're both covered in ice.
Italy.
Yeah,
they
specifically Italy, and it's covered in ice. So none of that really makes sense.
Also, I think the line they draw in the when he's like, "You got to evacuate everyone below this line,"
way off.
Well, I think that's the fucking Missouri Compromise line.
Is it?
I think it's the 31, the 31st
That
parallel or something like that.
that's funny.
I think it'd be quite funny. Actually, you can see it currently in our in the current map of the United States. You can see the 31st parallel still. I think it's very interesting. We talk about history.
Hmm. So what the fuck is this trying to say?
That movie is
Although,
terrible.
yeah, tornadoes in Los Angeles. Yeah, there's a scale, but you're not telling me what was the point of this? Okay, I'm gonna read this out loud and see if
Go
this
ahead.
helps. In the movie, several tornadoes devastate Los Angeles downtown and the surrounding area. Although it's not mentioned by any character.
Great.
Okay. So they're just saying that it's not mentioned how big the tornadoes were. But why did you need to give me this whole scale of what the different wind speeds are? If it wasn't mentioned, I don't need to know. So I was like trying to figure out what they were.
I wanted to know what the fucking big ass tornado was. Like when they collided and they made a big giant one where it was like literally like a size of a building. I want to know how big that was.
See, but
tell me it's not 6.
But like the size isn't actually what matters. It's wind speed.
I know, but still, I want to know how big that thing was.
Right? Like just tell me the fucking words, you bitch. Ugh.
Also, that tornado scene is surprisingly very violent for a PG-13 disaster film.
Yeah, a little bit. But like it is, but it isn't. You
Dude,
know the guy got squished, but you don't see it.
You see the guy get taken away with the billboard.
The newscaster, yeah. No, I mean the other guy who gets crushed.
That's fair.
Like you know it happened, but you don't see it.
Why did he get back in his car?
Why did he get out of his car?
That's true. Why do you leave your car?
Why do you do any of the things you do? You just kind of did stuff.
Disaster film protagonists are fucking stupid. And you know what? I think the only good disaster film I can think of from the top of my head right now is probably Twisters, because they're at least because they're usually chasing the fucking Twisters.
Right, which is dumb, but people do that.
They're storm chasers. That's their job. Their job is to collect information about the fucking tornado.
It's still dumb. I don't care that that's what they do or what people do. It's still stupid.
They're adrenaline junkies, but like they're stupid. But like at the same time, they're doing their job.
Right. Like at least it makes sense why you're being stupid.
Yeah.
This is literally what you're supposed to do.
I'm gonna get out of my car, look at the tornado, and then get back in my car, and then get squished by a fucking bus.
Yeah.
I think this movie either needed to go super like wacky or it needed to be better scienced. Please don't stupid your science out.
Yeah.
Never got a sequel. Good. Because I don't know where you go with the sequel.
I mean, seeing how you deal with the fallout of this would be interesting. But like they didn't really explain what do they think's going to happen now that the storm's over. Is it going to heat back up? I don't know. That's the part I'd be intrigued by. Is like, what are you doing after?
Also, after the ice age, like it's so clear. I'm like, that's not how that works. The air doesn't just clear up because it's now cold.
Right.
No.
Well, so that is how the storm works. The reason the storm's created is because of like the air temperature difference. Once it like all balances out, it goes back to like semi-normal. But what is normal going to be after this? Like that's my question, which I don't know if I want this movie to answer, if I'm being honest.
We got a movie that answers that. It's called Ice Age.
Oh my god. Go to your room.
Great movie. It's a much better movie. Awards. 2005 nominee for Best Science Fiction Film.
There's no way.
It's nominated.
I don't care. It shouldn't be.
On the Saturn Awards. It won a BAFTA.
Hey, I do love Dennis Quaid's boss, though, yelling at the vice president. The vice president was exactly how I do expect a vice president to be in these scenarios.
No, he's a caricature of what's his name? Oh my god. George Bush's vice president.
I have no idea off the top of my head.
Dick Cheney. He was just a caricature of Dick Cheney.
But like I love it all. True. But I don't accept that abandoning half the country is necessary. Well, maybe it wouldn't be if you'd listened to him sooner, which is valid.
It won the Environmental Media Awards feature film.
That's insane.
What the fuck?
Bullshit, it's easy for him to suggest this plan. He's safely here in Washington. His son's in Manhattan. He probably forgot about that when he was telling him the plan. At least according to Grayson.
Also, they just like casually mention that the president dies.
Yeah, right? And like nobody cares.
No one's like, well, like what, like even the vice president isn't like baffled. He's just like,
damn, I'm
okay.
president now. Let's go. I've been
like,
waiting.
okay
it's my time to shine.
He's not even like doesn't even like feign being like sad.
No, not at all.
Also, like the first person that should be out of Washington is the president. He should not be the last.
Nah, the captain goes down with his ship or whatever.
Or go into the fucking bunker.
Well, that would be smart.
Apparently, no one in this film is.
That's not true. Dennis Quaid.
he still gets in a truck and tries to go to from where he is to fucking New York, Washington. He goes from Washington to New York.
Yeah.
They take a pit stop in fucking Philadelphia instead of going to Jersey.
I don't know anything about that. I've never been to the Northeast, so I don't know how any of that works.
I'm pretty sure you don't have to go through Philly. Someone's gonna watch this and be like, "Yeah, you go through Philly." I know there's a train that goes from Washington to Philly to New York.
Washington D.C. to New York City. Let's Google Maps this. No, you definitely go through. Well, the fastest route via I-95 does go through Philly.
Yeah, I see it now. Okay. But they go north of Philly. They take a longer route than just taking the fucking...
Well, no, the shorter route goes through Philly.
Yeah, but they say they're like just north of Philly at some point.
Well, yeah, but that is... North is the direction of New York from Philly.
Actually, it's northeast.
Yeah,
you're taking a longer route by going. You know how triangles work.
You are extra semantic-y today.
Take the
semantics.
The hippocampus.
Semantics.
It's not called hippocampus. The hypotenuse. Take the hypotenuse and take the
hippocampus.
It's the hypotenuse.
What the fuck are you on?
With the triangle, you take the hypotenuse. It's a faster route. Even though it's longer, you take the hypotenuse.
But yeah, no, it's just semantics.
You're a semantic.
Maybe. You ever think about that, bitch?
I do a lot because a lot of times when we argue, it's just about semantics.
That's fair to a point.
Not to a point. It is. I hate this film.
Yeah,
This is my least favorite film that I've watched for Dueling Fates.
That's insane.
I'm gonna start ranking them.
We watched Inception.
Inception at least is like somewhat fun.
I had fun. People froze.
I didn't. But that's the thing. I wasn't even excited to see these people die because they were just 2D. I didn't hate them. I didn't hate anyone.
I
didn't care for them.
I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Who'd you want to see die?
The idiot policeman.
What did he do wrong?
Refusing to listen to anybody, questioning the nerd's ability to fix the radio.
He was just asking if he needed help.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Like,
because then when the nerd was like, yeah, nobody else is going to be able to do that, he's like, valid.
Well, in the future, he marries Nyla Harper, so we know he's like, go to the sauce. In my brain, sometimes just actors are just like their previous, like their character, just in the past or in the future.
God, imagine that they reveal that in The Rookie that, 10 years ago the Earth stood still.
It's just a fucking apocalypse.
Oh God, what was the Rotten Tomatoes for the damn? The tomato meter 45%.
That's too high.
The audience score 50%.
Still too fucking high.
Oh,
It's the most mid movie according to Rotten Tomatoes.
Pretty much. It is just
It's
super
literally
mid.
mid.
No,
Is that
okay,
still
that actually kind of makes sense. That's why you hate this movie, is because it's so mid. Because if a movie's that bad, normally it's kind of good. You know what I mean? Like
no
if it's
matter
just a
what,
shit
like,
movie, it's so bad that it's like kind of good. Like Morbius, so bad that it's like good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
This is just mid. Mid is so
Well,
much worse than trash.
Mid can be good, like where you can enjoy it. Like the Venom movies are very mid, but they're fun as fuck. This isn't fun. This is just mid with no fun.
No, I think people might just be too nice with their reviews as part of it.
I love how you're like, you're like, I like this song, and I keep shitting on. You're like, yes, I understand what you're saying.
No, I get that it's not a good film. I just enjoy it.
So you're saying bad film, but much enjoy. Okay,
Yes,
this is just bad film to me.
I acknowledge it's bad film, and it might
Now
just
let's
be
just
because
cry
I
for you.
liked it while I was a child, and I can't get over the nostalgia.
I get that.
It might just be I might be blinded by the light or nostalgia. Sorry, got the song.
Light.
Blinded by the light.
No idea. what you're
Somebody
talking about.
voted, gave it a half star.
That's too kind.
Can't even begin to tell you how much I hate this movie. The acting sucks. Jake Gyllenhaal and his stupid friends were so flippin' annoying. It's too ludicrous to be taken seriously. Like how a giant Russian boat can fit through New York streets, or
Did
how
I write
closing
this,
a
like,
door
2 years
stops
ago?
the cold weather.
Did I write this?
And why the heck it's getting colder as a result of global warming. Well, that part is the only thing that they actually explained correctly. Like, back up. You were you were on such a good track, and then you fucked it up.
The only thing that does make sense is the coldness.
Yeah, kind of.
Like besides like the absurdity of how the air works, but like the cold air, like you're getting colder because of the current, makes sense. It's how currents work now, especially with air. Like it's El Nino and El Nina.
Jesus Christ, dude.
But that's the air currents that are
No, not you.
Oh,
Some fucking moron. I don't even
like
want to read the
those are
review.
air currents, the hot and cold air currents that work through the United States and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I don't like this film. That's all I had to say. It bad. I did not enjoy myself at all. I want to shit on Hulu for a second.
Ooh,
So
okay, yeah, go ahead.
so this was so I originally started watching it on Hulu.
I only watched it on Hulu.
Did you hear a lot of crackling sounds?
No.
My TV is perfectly fine because I went back and watched it on Vudu.
Yeah.
Perfect. No
Weird.
crackling sounds. Like I thought it was like, oh, it's ice, but then it started having during like the tornado scenes and stuff like that, and like other scenes that were like not like that.
Huh.
So either maybe it was like sci-fi because it came from like sci-fi. It was like just sci-fi's just ass at that form. But like I watched it on Vudu because I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I bought it for $5. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And it was like it was perfectly fine, but Hulu for some reason I just kept hearing crackling sounds every time there was a major sound.
Huh.
My
No,
sound system's fine.
didn't have that
I-
issue. I definitely did have it like buffer a lot, which is also
Hulu-
just a Hulu issue.
Hulu was just ass apparently for us this week.
Yeah, which is weird. What's more fucked up is it buffered all the time during that, and then I did my normal watch American Dad to go to bed, and it didn't buffer one time.
So it's just sci-fi's version of the day after
Maybe.
tomorrow.
I
It's
don't
very
know, man.
ass. Yeah, it makes sense.
Hulu's Hulu. It's a piece of garbage.
The only reason I use Hulu is because the rookie's still on there.
It's weird how many of the special effects are like good, but then the wolves exist.
Yes, the wolves
Like,
are there.
dude, all of the stuff freezing over actually looks kind of good, but then these fucking wolves.
Did the Bears make it out? I really hope the Bears made it out.
Probably
They
not.
were very cute. There was a very cute bear.
But yeah, the CGI, like that CGI was bad. All of the like storms and everything happening looked sick. Why Why did you even have the wolves at that point? Just make it freaky humans stabbing people. Come on. We know how disasters go. There are certain humans that just immediately Shane it up. Walking Dead reference? Just immediately go insane like Shane?
That's fair. Cloverfield shows that pretty well. So
yeah, like, just have it be humans that are like, the end times, and just start stabbing. Like, fuck. At least then you wouldn't need any special effects.
I wish, but this film just decides to be, the other, like, they didn't really even need that subplot. They could have just had it, like, themselves on a timer with the cold. They didn't need the additional, like, danger of the wolves. It was dumb.
Right? It's like the danger of the cold might have been enough.
It was enough.
And your friend dying might also be a big stake. You just added extra stakes.
They have 3 timers going off at the same time. It's the fucking cold air, their friends dying from fucking infection, and then the wolves. You only need 1 or 2. What?
Half-star review. The acting stinks.
Yes,
Jake is not a good actor.
He is a good actor, but
the plot is lame.
Kind of.
Los Angeles can't get tornadoes. It's super hilly down there.
No, it's not.
Well, there are lots of hills, and
there's one hill.
No, there's lots actually.
I know.
I've been to LA. Don't do that.
I know. I'm thinking back on watching The Rookie.
But it's super hilly. Hills have nothing to do with tornadoes.
The only thing hills have is eyes.
Like, that's just like saying only fucking Kansas gets tornadoes because it's so flat there. Everywhere can get tornadoes. Doesn't mean they do, but they can.
That's fair.
And that's the whole point that the movie is making, is tornadoes aren't a thing that normally happen in LA. Like, how do you, like, I get missing some things, but like, they slapped that one in your face. How the fuck do you not get it?
Mm-hmm.
Dipshit.
Clearly, the filmmakers and the people who watch this have the same 2 brain cells.
I don't think so. They each just have a singular brain cell.
They share the 2.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
This is gonna be maybe one of our shortest episodes, but I don't know if I have anything else to say.
I don't have anything else to say either, because I just hate this film. I genuinely do not enjoy this. I
don't think it was that bad, but it wasn't good.
I didn't enjoy it, man.
That's fair.
My enjoyment level was down the crapper. Like,
all right, we're changing plans next week. We're watching 2012.
Please, no. I can't. Disaster nonsense, I can only handle for a little bit.
I don't know when this episode's coming out. June 17th. June 17th of next year. We're watching 2012.
Fine.
We're just ruining this week. This week will always be bad.
Oh, that's fair. Oh my god.
Disaster week.
Sharknado. We should watch Sharknado instead. Sharknado might be actually enjoyable.
No, that'll be 2026.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The day after tomorrow can be the day after never, because I don't want to ever see this again.
I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But okay, you know me. I don't watch that many movies. That's the whole point of this podcast.
That's fair.
So, like, am I ever really gonna waste the 2 hours to watch this again? I don't know.
I think it was an hour and a half, maybe. But this is 2 fucking hours. It's too fucking long. And they don't even use the 2 hours to, like, build anything, like characters.
They do. They show the dog.
The dog. They use the dog for us to have some empathy. That they had to use the dog to get empathy. That's the issue.
Well.
Well.
All right.
Oh.
Hit the outro, man.
Well, thank you guys for watching the Dueling Fates podcast and this shitty ass movie. Please do not watch this movie if you haven't already. But remember to subscribe, like the episode, rate us on whatever format you are watching us on. And next week we will be covering The Menu, which is a recent horror thriller, whatever you want to call it, which I do highly advise watching. We'll talk about that next week. And anyways, bye bye.